Hey there, welcome back to my Redstone tutorials, and today we're talking about shulker storage. That's right, a one-wide, tileable shulker loader that you can attach to the bottom of your item sorter. Check it out. This guy right here. It's also got overload protection on it. So we've got a bunch of exciting, fantastic things going on. Boom, and it's actually currently running. So let's go ahead and empty this out. Boom, 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 boom. There we go. All emptied out. All right, so I've preloaded some sample boxes for us here. Let's go ahead and set them back. Now, each of these, actually, you'll see, are almost full so that the system can go fast and simulate what's going on. But each of these is almost full to a different point. All right, let's go ahead and get rid of you. All right, so we'll come back here. And we got red over here, so let's go ahead and fill up the whole system. Boom. We got blue. Fill up the whole system. And we've got white. Now, red will fill up first because that's how I set it up. White will fill up next, and all of that. These are different items in here to simulate an item storage system on top of this. Okay. So to get this thing going, there's a couple of different ways to do it. You can either cause an update to this redstone here. You can place a stone button here, or what I have is I have a stone button back here with redstone dust. It will activate all three of these at the same time to start doing what we want. So boom, we prime the system. Once it's primed, all of a sudden, we have boxes that will start filling up. Okay, and as soon as it's full, it breaks the box. Bam, box comes down to our lower storage area. Right, quick, easy, fantastic. As far as your loading your shulker boxes go, you can do it a couple of different ways. Big thing is you just need inputs that will somehow push into the back of this. This is a dropper, this is a dispenser. And I'll show you that as we build one here in just a moment. Okay. Other important thing, this block right here has to be transparent. It can be glowstone, it can be any form of glass, it can be an upside down stair or a slab. It cannot be bushes because you cannot place redstone on bushes. All right. This redstone block here, very important, although there are other ways to achieve this. And I can show you some of those at another point if you're super interested, but really the big thing, you need a power signal of 14 here normally. So we got 15 right on the block, 14 one block away. When this completely finishes filling up, it changes this over to 15. Once this is 15, the observer right here will see that it changed, which this guy will see he saw something. He'll send a power signal into this hopper, which will power it. A powered hopper does create a redstone event that an observer can see. The observer then fires off into this, which actually powers this block, allowing us to power this piston. Boom. Done. Dusted. Fantastic. Amazing. Complete. Right? So we'll keep letting this run. Now, let's see if it's happened yet. It has not. Once in a while, I have had the occasional box when these things fire off kind of at the same time, which, as you can see, is not super common with the different timings I put in here. I will occasionally get a Ron box down here. It's not super common, but it is something that happens once in a while. Now, this one's starting to get really close to full. So that's full. It placed another box. Now, oh, they fired off at the same time there. So there's a floating box up there. So when he breaks next, it'll drop both boxes down. That's how that happens occasionally. But it only happens when these things fire off at like the perfect time together. On my actual farm setup that I have up there, I have not actually personally seen it happen. Now you'll see this guy shut off, but if I come here, there's actually more more boxes in the shulker system, but the dispenser's empty. And that's because of this. Once this builds up enough of a signal, it will activate this comparator, which will power this, which will put power on this. So no matter how many times I power this now, let's see, let's get a stone button, right? We can put it on the side. I can fire it. Nothing, 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 right? So it locks the system so that I stop sending out more boxes every time I end up filling up the system all the way, right? And it goes a couple past whatever's here. White should be starting to get pretty close as well. Yeah, oh, talk about perfect timing. You'll see the exact number in the hoppers isn't identical, but once this signal ends up dying, you can come back, you can re-push your button, and it will reactivate your system. But you have to take your boxes out from down here first. Now, this will keep you from wasting shulker boxes. And like I said, it is possible on a very rare occasion that we'll get one box up there that doesn't behave the way it's supposed to. And let's see. I believe it should clear when this box actually... Oh, wait. Oh, that's why that one's not going faster. What do I have in there? I have gunpowder. One of the many things that we might care about, right? So let's go ahead and fill you up. I've been playing with this for a while. Of course that one ran out first. And I didn't even think about it. There we go. So he should continue to fill up. Yep, we can see. And boom, boom. All right, so that one in theory would be lost and gone forever. So slight flaw, not really a way around it. It's a timing thing with random physics when you break a block like that. They don't always land in the exact same place, but usually not that big of a deal when you're firing it off occasionally and slowly. Here, when I'm breaking them back to back to back to back, like these kind of were, it becomes more of a problem, right? But we can see, yeah, he picked up a white one. So once in a while, it does happen. Now, this, and I want to go up here to show you, will actually stack with the old school item sorter that a lot of people use. So, here we are. All right, so old school item filter with our comparator, our 3 redstone dust going into our repeater, into our torch, with our items that we want to filter up above. This I have on a giant mob farm because I wanted to see if this could keep up with that kind of capacity, and for the most part, I was perfectly pleased. One thing I discovered, I originally had a solid block here, and it actually didn't work that well. Having the solid block up here actually allowed a little extra quasi-connectivity, which meant that any pistons next to the one firing would also fire, so I ended up with some slightly less than full boxes. So these would fire off multiple pistons at the same time. Replacing it with this observer, though, fixed it. So old school item filter, hopper pipeline down. This could go up one more to save you a row of hoppers there. Because the pulse is so short right here that it cannot turn the redstone torch off, which is what keeps the hopper locked. And this is pointing that way, so power cannot go back that way. So this can't get powered either. So not a big deal there, right? And then, of course, we got our smart overflow protection down here. So once the system completely fills up, any extra items from our item filter system would just end up getting destroyed however we chose to destroy them. All right, so now that we've gone through all of that, let's go all the way back down here to where we've got this. We have a handful of key components. Now, one, the building block can be anything, not a big deal. We're going to be fancy today, so we're going to use glowstone for our transparent. We need our redstone, of course, our redstone dust. This is just another way to prime this system over here. Boop, boop. Oh, I actually had stuff in this one. Weird. But anyway, so we got that. We need our comparator, hoppers, however we're going to store our items. These both count as transparent, so a regular chest down here will work just fine. One of these is a dispenser, one of them is a dropper, hopper pipeline, sticky piston. Bam. That's all the components that you actually need to build this. So going about building this myself, how would I do it? All right, let's actually start with our chest, right? And I like to do the chest first, just so I kind of have a frame of reference for where I'm at. And then I need hoppers. 2 of them are required in this case because even though you can put redstone dust on a barrel, it will power this hopper and it will lock it, right? So I've got that. Actually, let's go ahead and get our glowstone. Like I said, glass will work here. Stairs, upside down, or top half slabs will also work. So boom, boom, right? So we got that, we got that. Now we can come in, we can get our redstone comparator, and we only need the one for the whole system unless we put our oversurge protection on it. All right, so that's our collection system actually all done. So this section, that's our collection system. Now we need our dispensing system, right? Since I'm going to put my overflow protection on here, I can actually place my comparator first, and then I can get whatever I'm going to use for a building block. Let's be fancy today and match some stuff up. So let's go ahead and use our blue wool, and then we will load this with blue shulkers to make it all fantastic and pretty. Now for our dispenser, we need it to face up, okay? Now putting this comparator down first, normally if I right click it, it'll change it between subtract and compare mode, right? But in this case, if I'm above it and I push shift, now my dispenser's up. So you can place an item on top of a comparator by holding shift. Our dropper is going to go behind it, right? And our dropper will be part of what feeds the system. Oops. Now I need 2 hoppers back here. And that's just so I have enough room to be able to get to my fill system for my shulker boxes, right? Now we can see the rest of this is a combination sticky piston, observers, and 1 hopper. Okay, so the observers, to make sure I get them right, I'll actually place him facing down, and I will go ahead and place him here. We're going to use our blue shulker boxes, so we'll go ahead and put him there so that we can place our hopper facing straight down. We'll come back 2 more observers, boom, just like that, and then we're going to put a sticky piston in so that it is facing where we want to crush our shulker box from. And then we want to place a observer, and we want to place it from the bottom so that the power is going down into the system. Boom, complete, done. So now we can come back, we can fill this up with that. Let's go ahead and put another one up here. So we've got a mostly full gunpowder chest. Let's see. Ooh, we're about a stack. You know what? Let's go ahead and make it so we only need a 1/4 stack. Boop, just so that this thing goes faster. All right, so now we can come in, fill this up, and this can be a chest above this, a barrel. You can have a hopper pipeline coming across, feeding a bunch of shulkers, whatever it is you need. Not that big of a deal. Now we can take our stone button, we can put it up here, we'll power, boom. We now have a fully automated shulker loading system that is one wide and tileable in some phrase that I totally just lost. But one wide and tileable. And fantastic use for all of your farms and things. So instead of having a wall that, let's see, in this case, that's 6 times 9, that's 54. So 27, it would take a wall 27 double chests high to hold as much as this system does. 27. That's a lot, right? And this thing can be refilled, like I said, hopper pipeline, which I actually have set up on this guy up here. Just wrapping around, filling my chests up. And we're not going to see this fully live and in action. I'd have to fire up my mob spawning and all of that stuff in a creative world. Because I have it off, because it annoys me. Right? But yeah, so the overall system, assuming that we include the item sorter and my overflow down here, is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 blocks tall. And it could actually be brought down to 8 if I decided to eliminate all of this and move this up by 1. So 9 blocks tall. It's a little bit deep. So, you know, there is that to consider. But really, it's not too bad for the amount of volume that you get. And then if I wanted to double it, I can literally come down in the same height. I can just add another hopper down here with another chest. So actually, just like boom, boom, boom. So now I have 108 shulkers worth of storage for this item. Right? So the amount of gains that you get out of this once you stack it like that, substantial. Very, very substantial. So that'd be 54 blocks tall to get the same out of just the item sorting system. Anyway, I hope that you found this to be useful, entertaining, and that you learned something. I do have another video coming out here shortly. I did actually just come up with a automatic shulker unloading system, but I have since gotten the itch because of this to make it one wide and tileable, which I have very much so succeeded in doing. And it also has shulker sorting, so it'll move the shulker boxes into a designated area for you. And you can collect them, recycle them, do whatever it is you want with them. But stay tuned. If you want to know when I release that video, hey, hit that subscribe button. But otherwise, thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you next time. Bye now.